Get ready to always look on the bright side of life because the hilarious Broadway musical Spamalot is taking over Bass Performance Hall this week, and local native and Broadway star Major Attaway returns to Fort Worth to lead the cast as King Arthur. Paige has galloped quite literally with her coconuts over to Fort Worth to tell us so much more. Good morning, Paige.
Well, good morning to you and good morning, Texas. And introducing the cast of Spamalot, Major Attaway, Sean Bell, and Ellis Dawson III. I really screwed up the coconut.
I think you did great.
I did that. No, I did. I screwed up the coconut. So I've got to talk to you. I'm so excited to talk to you. This is one of my very favorite performances. It's so exciting. It's based upon, loosely on the 1975 Monty Python. It is such a riot to watch it. Major, you are a hometown boy from Fort Worth. This is a reunion for you. And I know this is a bucket list role that you're playing. We had an opportunity to talk a number of years ago, and you said that the theater bug really bit when you were in a theater in New York on Broadway as a kid. Tell us about that story.
Absolutely. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I was a Casa kid. Loved doing that. And one of the first trips we took was to New York City, and I saw Lion King. It was my first Broadway show. I sat in the 9th row on the aisle at the New Amsterdam Theater, and after that show was over, I pointed and I said, "Mom, this is what I'm going to do." There was no question. And fast forward, and my Broadway debut was playing the genie in Aladdin on the exact same stage, in the exact same spot. It was beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah.
So from being a genie to being a king, playing King Arthur, I know this has been exciting for you.
Yeah.
Why was this role so appealing to you?
Well, man, for a few different reasons. A big Tim Curry fan, big Monty Python fan, and to play royalty, who wouldn't want to do that on stage? And I mean, my goal is to play iconic roles until I get to create one for myself. So I really think that this was definitely along the lines of that. All of my comedy chops are being used in this show, and so I'm very grateful to be able to do it.
I'm so grateful to have you back. And so, Sean, my next question is for you. Now, you play the role of Sir Robin, and what is ironic about that is that Sir Robin, all he wants to do is to be on the stage and to be very theatrical. And that was kind of your growing up when you were first introduced to the theater. You had the same kind of passion.
Yeah, absolutely. I auditioned for my first community theater show when I was in 3rd grade, The Music Man. And I apparently sat down next to my father after I auditioned. I forgot the words to my audition song, and it was fine, because I sat down, I looked up to him, and I said, I could get used to this. And I never stopped, and here I am, many years later.
What is it like for you to travel across the country with these clowns?
It's just
what has
the
it
worst
been like?
job. These people are they're not funny, they're not talented, they're not nice people. No, it's great. It's a great cast. It really is. They know what they're doing. The comedy chops are like off the charts. It's so much fun. And to get to experience how different the show is in each city, and like what laughs are different, and we try to tailor the show to each individual city as well and get a little hometown flair. So it's really fun to play around with them in each new city and see what it's like.
Well, and the play itself, for people who are not familiar with Spamalot or with Monty Python, can you kind of give us a little bit of a summary of what the play is all about?
Sure. Well, it's King Arthur, as we all know King Arthur, but it's his story of gathering his knights together, and then God gives him a quest, and his quest is to find the Holy Grail. And that's pretty much the plot. As our director likes to say, there's not a lot of plot, but what we got is great. It's a lot of bits, it's a lot of comedy, it's a lot of shtick. So if you like Monty Python, you're gonna love the show. And if you're not a Monty Python fan, there's a lot of musical theater flair for all the other people in the audience.
You're going to love it. I've had the opportunity to see it, and it is such a riot. The audience gets really involved in it and gets excited about it. You are entertained from start to finish. So, Ellis, let me also ask you a couple of questions. Now, you grew up a shy kid. You grew up in Virginia. You sang in your church choir. And then what was it that ultimately led you to the stage, especially considering the fact that you were an introvert and didn't necessarily like the spotlight?
I think it was people paid attention when I opened my mouth to sing. There's something really powerful about that, making someone feel the emotion of what you're going through in that moment, being able to connect. Music is a universal language. So that was really important to me. And I got into theater because I like making people laugh. I like making people feel. Yeah, it's a communal effort, yeah.
So it's a community effort. It's a killer bunny. It's a killer bunny. Wow. That was dramatic. And it just seems like to me. You're good? All right. Tame that little bunny, why don't you? Well, I have to say, I can't imagine a better ending to this interview, except for one thing I want you to do for me, Major. And you know what it is. Because I love to hear him sing. Sing me a little Texas tune.
Oh, yes. The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
Woo! You heard that right. You got to come and check this out. The performance will be happening through Sunday. The information is on your screen. Go to basshall.com or basshall.com/Spamalot.